Okay, ready.
Wait. Let's have like a couple of seconds of suspense.
Of silence, yeah.
Okay, drum roll. Ladies and gentlemen, the big announcement. Sorry about that. It was a bit anti-climax, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the big announcement, if you're joining the show, and we said earlier, is basically, yes, ESL TV are hosting their very first Invitational Cup. What this means is 16 teams from Europe are going to be invited to play live on ESL TV, and all games will be commentated. We've selected the best 16 teams that we could get hold of from Europe, including winners of such events as the Incel Extreme Masters from all over the globe. Also the European, continental finals. We've got players from there. We've got new teams. We've got personalities. We've got absolutely everything. To tell you how this is going to work, basically, we've announced the tournament here today, and 16 teams willing and ready to play in the tournament. They are confirmed with only two to be announced teams to join us later. So it's going to happen. Things can go wrong, we understand, but for the moment, I'm going to give you my whole confidence. Each week on ESL TV, we will have one group play. Each group will consist of 4 teams. Now, these 4 teams will go into a double elim, meaning that we're going to have 6 games on each show. They're going to be best of 5, so it's going to be first of 3. The best thing about this is it's not like when we do tournaments abroad where multiple games are being played time. Our fantastic admin and organizer and helper of this, David, aka Sean, who plays a priest over in Germany somewhere, in a top PvE guild, actually. He's better than us, I think, and he's the admin.
Right.
We're going to work on
Shameful.
that. We either got to get better or sabotage.
What, like log onto his account? And
that's what I'm thinking. Although that's illegal, don't log on people's accounts. So basically, he's helped organise it, and each week 4 teams will play, and the winner of each week will go into the 5th week. So it's 5 weeks of games, and each week we'll have 6 live arena matches. To tell you a little bit how we picked these teams, we picked the best teams we could get hold of. We also picked interesting lineups. You won't have RMP versus RMP galore each week. You are going to have some interesting lineups. So without further ado, we're not going to tell you all 16 teams all at once. We're going to introduce the first 4 teams, and the first 4 teams that have been selected to play in week 1, and here they are. Matthew, take us away.
In each group, yeah. So this is Group A, and we are going to have Insidia, with who just picks up Hydra, Calamist, and Introligan. It's gone out my head.
Hydra, Calamist, and you forgot your favourite mate, who you always big up as the best player.
Red Hot, yeah. Mike, yeah. So yeah. Probably the best RMP in Europe at the moment.
Well,
we're also
speculated the best RMP at the moment. Certainly, they were #1 on like the BGs. They've qualified on TR. Red Hot was the winner, if you didn't know, of BlizzCon 2008. They are the first team into Group A. Insidia will be playing in week 1. So joining Insidia next up would of course be a team we've seen from Germany, and they will be.
We've seen them before. They are Terra Gaming, and they haven't always performed that well at live events, but in this situation they will be playing on the net, on our event realm, so they might be able to perform well and live up to expectations. They'll be running Warrior, Warlock, Paladin, as you can see. Lemon Party.
If we do go back to the slide, you can see the other 2. There we go. I love cameramen who pay attention at 11 o'clock at night. That's very impressive. All right, so yeah.
Lemon Party. Do you want to introduce the players from them, because they're a relatively unknown name, but the players certainly aren't unknown.
Yeah, Lemon Party are actually Icematic on Druid, Blade on Warrior, and had Essex on Death Knight. So Icematic, a very famous player. He is going to be playing the Druid. Low lineup will be Druid, Warrior, Death Knight. So they're the Cleave team. Before that, you've got Terra Gaming as the WLP rather than WLD. The last team in this lineup, as you can see, is going to be E-Dogs. E-Dogs at the bottom there are going to be once again playing RMP. These are the guys who came 4th on Tournament Realm, okay? So no scrubs whatsoever. If you don't know who they are, you will do soon in the first week of this ESL Invitational Cup. It's STG or Stig, Felin, and also Rayleigh on Rogue, Felin on Mage. They play in Doom Squad, actually, on Stormscale Europe, and they're going to be going up against you know, that's a big group. You've got Insidia, first time we're ever going to see him play. Okay, you know, Hydra's back, and people are willingly waiting with anticipation for him to play, and they'd wait even longer if they had to. But hopefully, you only have to wait 7 days until we see him play. You got Terra Gaming, WLD originally at the Continental Finals, didn't play so well on stage, a little bit nervous, but when they're playing at home, we'll have to see.
They could impress.
Yeah, but they're also using a Paladin this time instead of a Druid. But that's interesting. Maybe to counter RMPs.
Yeah, no, I think that one of the most exciting things about this tournament is that there are so many stories to be told. There are so many rivalries, like long rivalries. For example, Icematics, a lot of people have claimed that he's a really bad player, yet he's been at the top of the EU PvP scene for quite some time. And, you know, there's so many rivalries there, so many players with so much history who've been on the scene for such a long time, so many teams that have won hundreds of thousands of dollars of prize money, and also players who haven't won anything but have felt that they deserve to be at these events.
Yeah, and this is particularly why, I mean, Blizzard obviously run their regionals, which gives everybody pretty much a chance to enter and, you know, prove themselves. But we've actually picked some teams that just missed out that chance to go to the European regionals, or you know, are doing fantastically well on the live battle groups. But yeah, that group then obviously was Insidia, Terra Gaming, Lemon Party, which was Icematic, and then E-Dogs, who qualified 4th on TR. So a really dangerous group. You've got 2 RMPs, you've got a Cleave team, and you've got a WLP. So it's going to be some really fantastic games in week 1. Moving over to week 2, which will be Group B, let's introduce the next 4 teams into this ESL TV Cup, and they are
going to be AAA Nawok, a familiar name to a lot of people. Then we do have Sickology. Now, this is the team with Azox, probably one of the most controversial and some would claim arrogant figures on the European PvP scene, and he's going to have a lot to prove. If he gets kicked out at an early stage in this tournament, he might be just humiliated and insulted on by every European top player.
I think he loves to be hated, and he'd say bring it on. But I also think he's a very good player. In fact, he's ranked 1 at the moment in 2v2 playing with another, so he's not going to be an easy figure to topple, especially not when he's joined up with Caddis, who was on Warlock.
Incredible Warlock.
Yeah, and then also the Warrior Badsko. So yeah, so the last 2 teams then of this Group B are going to be none other than Existence and Rest in Many Pieces. Existence, they're changing not their lineup, it's still going to be the same Solar, Sylar and Falcon. These are the guys that won Intel Extreme Masters LA, picked up hundreds of thousands of dollars playing World of Warcraft, but missed out on the tournament realm. So they're here in the ESL invite with something to prove. They want to prove that they can win this tournament and say to everybody, you know, we are the best in Europe, and if any of these teams maybe go off and win BlizzCon, they will still say to themselves, you know, we are such a high caliber team. They're going to be playing Druid, Warrior, Death Knight, so they're the Cleave team of this comp, and Rest in Many Pieces are a familiar team to you guys, especially if you're German. This is going to be the Mouse Sports team, or ex-Mouse Sports team, with Addic on Mage, Phil Dryzen on Druid, and Sanchez on the Rogue. They've had decent results, top 5 certainly. They've surprised a few teams. They beat a lot of the Americans who came over to the global finals. But that's an interesting group as well. We've got 2 RMPs. We've got AAA Newark, all right, the first team.
Yep.
Okay, that's like that's Analyt, that's Phoenix, and that's Hiss. These are the guys that did the best from Europe at the global finals, and finishing 3rd place just behind Council of Mages. Sorry, also Council of Mages and HON. I did commentate it. So they're going to be in there, 2 RMPs. Then you've got your double WLD, so you've got your Warrior Lock Druid team with Azox. And then you've got Existence, who actually claim that they should have a really good counter to RMP. So they got the Hunter in there, they've got the Death Knight, and they've got the Paladin. But they can, of course, switch up their comps between rounds.
Yeah, I kind of like what Existence are doing now, because you've got this current trend where RMP is sort of dominating, and they're the team that aren't looking to, you know, go over and start using RMP. They're looking for other solutions, other options, other setups that might be able to tackle RMP, and that's interesting for me, and it's great to see the scene and the thinking sort of evolve, and I'm sure this tournament will be hugely revealing to a lot of people, especially before the MLG Columbus.
Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, see, obviously how they do evolve and everything else. But okay, so that's week 2. I was just checking the comments at the same time, multitasking. A few people quite excited about a tournament going to happen here. All right, so week 3. We're within which Group C, so they'll be playing 4 weeks after today, and one team will qualify into the final group. So let's have a look at the 4 teams that are going to be playing in week 3.
Yep, it is going to be AAA Rat against All Authority, and they have been at a couple of tournaments, not quite as well known as the other Against All Authority team, and this one is an all-French lineup. The second team is to be announced. We're still waiting to fill this spot. SkyWow are also going to be attending. A lot of people felt they could have performed better in Hanover at the EU Continental Finals, but surely they have a lot to prove at this event, and none other than SK Gaming are also going to be in attendance at this event. But the interesting twist is that they have yet to confirm their lineup and yet to confirm what players or classes we're going to see them use.
Yep, so they are going to be the 3 teams, sorry. It's Against All Authority Rat, who doing particularly very well on Tournament Realm. Haven't been at a big tournament like the other AAA team, but in some cases have actually been outperforming them on live. But, obviously, live is like practice for these guys. It's not a tournament, and AAA Newark have certainly earned their place in any tournament in the future of World of Warcraft. The AAA Rat team is going to be Forkin, Kuna, and also Avision. Horrible pronunciations. French people pick really random names. Forkim is a particularly an amazing priest. Really worth watching him play, by the way, and what he can do. SkyWow. You may remember Texi on Priest. Okay, they've actually changed their players, so they are not the original RMP from Austria that attended the Continental Finals. They are going to be playing with RMDY on Death Knight and Lightfire on Paladin. So Remdy on Death Knight, I'm assuming he's called. So they're going to be the Cleave team. 1 RMP, 1 Cleave. The to-be-announced team is more than likely going to be like a WLD or something miscellaneous, not an RMP team. The last team, SK Gaming, EU, winners of Montreal, second place at Leipzig, always finishing in the kind of top 3, and certainly such an amazing team. Now, yes, as Matt said, the interesting thing is we're not confirmed yet if they're going to be playing RMP. There is a chance that they might have a lineup change even with 1 person, but we'll have to wait and see. But all you need to know is that SK Gaming turn up and play a tournament. It's a tournament worth watching. Yeah. So that week is going to be real big. SK Gaming versus AAA Rat, and then you've got SkyWow trying to prove themselves once again. Who's going to come out on top? Yet to be seen in week 3. So that brings us then to week 4 of the ESL Invitational, and the 4 teams, or 3 teams that confirmed that we will be inviting will of course be.
They will be in a fire after winning the EU Continentals at Hanover, and then not quite as impressing as much in the global finals. They're certainly going to be back with a vengeance, and no one really knows what this team can do. They've always got something up their sleeves. They've always, no one expected them to win the EU Continental Finals, but they did, and they're going to be back in style. The next team are going to be WOA, Warrior, Warlock, Druid, and that is actually going to be the team of Inflame, Ocelot, and K, who did amazingly well on the Blizzard Tournament Realm, qualified for the EU Continentals in stylish fashion, and these guys have basically brought back the Druid, Warlock, Warrior comp to World of Warcraft PvP. They are the trendsetters. I've always said that about Inflame. He's always thinking outside the box, coming up with new strategies, new styles, not giving a crap what other players are doing. He plays his own game, and these guys, I think, are going to cause a real upset in this tournament.
Yeah, and also joining them is Raging Garden, who actually is made up as a Hunter, Shaman, Ret Paladin. The Hunter is going to be Ketu, the Shaman's going to be Little Shocker, and the Ret Paladin is yet to be confirmed, but they have a choice apparently. They're so popular over, I do believe, in Germany. They play on the Bloodlust battle group. They finished 10th on the tournament realm, so they are a very, very good team, and it's a very, very strong lineup, especially when you play Beastmaster Ret Paladin versus the RMPs, because you a lot of options. Maybe the Shaman, personally, I think maybe a little bit weak entering the arena and a little bit nukeable, but we'll have to see, because certainly the pressure can come initially from their lineup. And the last team, which will be a miscellaneous team, we hope, or maybe we're putting another RMP, which puts 2 in each group, will be filling the last spot for week 4. So week 3 and week 4, we're waiting for 2 teams to confirm that they can play in a tournament, but week 1, 2 have got our 4 lineups playing. So in this tournament, then we do have Ensidia, Terra Gaming, Lemon Party, E-Dogs in group 1, then AAA Newark, Psychology, Existence, and Rest in Pieces from Germany in group 2, AAA Rat, SkyWow, SK Gaming in group 3, and then week 4 will be Inner Fire, and then you've got WoA, which will be, of course, Warrior, Ocelot, K-On Druid, and also Inflame on what else apart from Warlock, and then Raging Guardon, which is the team that I just recently mentioned. A fantastic all-star lineup. To explain once again how this happens, they're going to play each week here on ESL TV live from 10 to 12 CET. At the same time, the winner of each group, and it'll be double elim, so it won't be like an unlucky, you can't lose to one comp and not win. You can actually lose in the first stage and then maybe go through and progress. So the best team should be winning each group. They will proceed to week 5, and then they will play out in the finals. And that's pretty much what we're going to be delivering to you. And I also really have to say thank you for our admin, Sean, for helping us organize this. Thank you for Matthew for doing his part of making these slides. Thank you for me for organizing everything else, and also thank you so much for all the players and teams that are actually going to be playing in this, because
thank
this is
you guys.
I mean, it's like World of Warcraft is going to stay for the long haul on one of the reasons that these guys are actually playing this game for no prize money at the moment. This is a tournament surely for fun, for honor, for prestige. Maybe they're doing it for practice because they're at the regionals. Maybe they're doing it because they've got something to prove that they didn't get to the regionals. But the thing is, they're here and they're going to be playing every week on the show just for their entertainment, your entertainment. And it's a true sign of class and the kind of player types in World of Warcraft, because I don't remember the last time I ever could have invited the top 16 teams from Counter-Strike 1.6 into an invitational cup where they wouldn't win anything apart from the chance to be casted on and a bit of fame.
Yeah, well, I've thought about digging up some prizes at home. Yeah, to put on offer. I've got some cat food that we could give to the winning team. I've got a book.
Why, because they don't have a cat?
I've got a, well...
Would you buy them a cat as well?
I'm sure they've got a friend who has a cat. I've also got a book called Secrets of the Female Sexuality. I'll give that to the winning team.
Do you not want to finish it first?
Oh, I finished it a long time ago, Jay. Yeah. So yeah, some good prizes there. I think I might even have some sellotape. That I could spare sellotape I could give to the winning team.
Well, I mean, maybe I'll just organise some prizes instead. Would that be better if I could try that? I mean, maybe something like worthwhile.
Yeah. Well, we've got some Extreme Masters t-shirts we could give away.
I think they got given them when they were at the Inter Extreme Masters. Most of these teams are here and because of the Inter Extreme Masters.
That's true.
Well, we'll work on it, Matt. We'll see what we can do for those fantastic fellows. But they are the groups. They will be posted, and I'm sure you'll be reading about it. And also, you can, of course, check out all the games here on ESL TV each week, as, of course, you can also find us on Blizzard TV.